Hello everyone, my name is Vikramaditya Chakrapani. I have been in the study abroad industry for about 15 and a half years now. So I primarily coach students for different exams that is required to go abroad and pursue their higher education. Now the second question that students ask is, okay, so if I have to write the GRE, how important is it? Can my good GRE score compensate for a low CGPA? I was not a good student at college. So can I kind of make up for it now with this GRE? The answer is a little complicated. It's not a simple yes or a no. The answer is both to some degree, right? So imagine that you're a student who had a couple of backlogs and whose percentage was not as good as you would have wanted it. So CGPA is not great, but you can get a good GRE score by preparing for 2.5 to 3 months. Will it have an impact? Yes, it will have a positive impact on your overall application, right? So how does an application really work? Roughly speaking, it varies from college to college, but I'm going to give you an overall idea. Roughly speaking, 30 to 35% of the weightage comes from your CGPA. What kind of a student you were at college, right? So how did you study the subjects that you were supposed to study? How well did you score on these exams? This is 30 to 35%. Another 30 to 35% comes from who you are basically, right? So you have some hobbies, you're good at some extracurricular activities, you've presented some international papers or national papers, all these things. And the remaining, because they need a common yardstick, right? So I can't really compare an Indian student with a Chinese student or an African student or an Australian student who wants to do their masters in the US. So the common yardstick becomes the GRE and the TOEFL or the IELTS scores, the common exam. So about 30 to 40% of weightage comes from your GRE. So what does this mean? It simply means that a good GRE score helps you to kind of improve your overall application, because even if you've not done very well in college, your CGPA was not great, your profile is not awesome, you've not done anything special, but your GRE score is higher than the average applicant pool, you are kind of compensating. So college is giving you a chance still, right? But if your GRE score is very bad and your CGPA is great, then it does not mean that you still have a chance. So let me summarize it in this way. A good GRE score helps you to apply to a good college, but is not a guarantee that you will get into it. Why? Because there are other factors. It's not just the GRE they are looking at, right? So your GRE score may be great, better than the average, but your CGPA and your average profile is very low compared to other students. Your GRE is not able to compensate for that weakness that you have. But it was a little lower and your GRE score was a little higher, then it kind of balances out. Does it make sense? So if I get a bad GRE score, then what happens? A good GRE score is not a guarantee that you will get into a good college, but a bad GRE score is a guarantee that you can't even apply to a good college, because every college has a cutoff and GRE, like I told you, is the common yardstick. So there, if you fail, then you are really hurting your chances.